was Michael Brown, retired Navy commander, PCF 93 out of Coastal Division 11 in Toy.
My name is David Clayton, quartermaster second class. Commander was my ONC, PCF 9 in 93. Did he tell him about the one got shot in 38?
Yeah, you're on there with 5 other guys, and 24 hours a day, sometimes 48 hours, depending on which patrol areas you went to. You eat together, sleep together, drink together. Rank doesn't mean a whole lot, and we got to be good friends.
We were a tight crew. We had the respect. We gave the lieutenant respect because, believe me, he earned it. Nobody talked about our lieutenant. Simple as that. How close we got. A few things he left out, going from one end to the other end. That villages we shot up were pretty big, and the amount of boats we sunk, according to the write-up, was around 75. I had a camera. I was taking a photograph that they kept on my film. They never returned it. Yeah, he don't remember, but I was driving and sometimes shooting, and then I was getting teed off because I couldn't shoot until I got wounded and checked myself, and then I grabbed an M16, and he did the driving and I did the shooting. Fun time. And then he pulled us into another river in the humane forest.
Yeah, that was our other most notable. Actually, I don't think too many people know about that one. But there's a river, there's a little city on the eastern side of the Gulf of Thailand called Rockjaw. There's a river that leads south into inland down, and it goes into the human forest. So we didn't know that, but at the time, we just decided, well, we were going to take a trip down that river. And we wandered pretty far down. A helicopter came over the top of us from Bentui and said, "You guys know where you are?" And I said, "No." So we were in the middle of the human forest, and he said, "There are people running around the banks all around you." He said, "I would suggest you turn your boat around and get out of here." And about that time, a rocket went over the boat. Didn't hit us, fortunately. We decided that probably was a good idea. And he told us that he would hang around until we got out. So we turned around, and after a couple of miles, he said, "Well," he said, "guys, I got to go get some gas. It'll take me about 20 minutes. And he disappeared over the tops of the trees. And it was a couple of minutes later, we got ambushed. And about 10 seconds after that, he pops back up. He said that he had heard them talking on the radio, and he knew that they knew what we were doing. So to fool them, he just said he was leaving. And then he came back, and he did a good job of shooting up both riverbanks. Well, we got that guy there.
He was called Satan 1, wasn't he? You remember?
I don't remember his call.
Yeah, I remember Satan. I remember I've been over 93 to Satan 1. That was the Army helicopter that helped us get out of there.
I just know he dumped several rockets in both sides of the riverbank, and he had one of those miniguns on board. And, well, I mean, he obviously knew, he could see where these people were going to, so he fired rockets. Looks like you see on TV.
Yeah, he made it very clear to us. On both sides there was a lot of BC. It wasn't one or two.
When he fired the minigun, it was like a laser beam. I think it's pretty much like ours, where every 5th round is a tracer round. But when you're firing 6,000 rounds per minute, it's just like a beam of light going down. Those red tracer bullets. Makes a lot of noise, but I'm glad he was there. I noticed when I looked outside the pilot house, it looked like it was raining around our boat. And the most unique thing about it was all the times we did get ambushed when we were on our boat, the 93 boat, it never got hit.
38 did.
Bob Brandt.
Yeah.
Bob Brandt took it out on what they call the Bodie massacre. After we had come out of there, they decided to run several operations in the Coulon and the Bodie. And they decided to go on we'd just come back off a 48-hour patrol at the top of the island on Fuqua. And George Elliott, Lieutenant Commander Elliott, called me in and asked me if I wanted to go on this operation. They were going to take 5 boats and go into the Bodie. Well, we'd just come off 48-hour patrol, and I said, no, I don't think my crew, I went and asked them, and they were tired, they didn't want to go. So he said, well, we need your boat. So Bob Brandt and his crew took my boat. He was the first boat in and the last boat out. And it was the only boat of the 5 that didn't get hit. The times that we did get ambushed, and when he got wounded and I was wounded twice on the same boat, was PCF 38. We borrowed it, which I thought was kind of unique. All the time we were on the PCF 93, it never got hit.
We had a good guardian angel. My mom did a lot of praying. We had a good guardian angel. Had a good officer, that's for damn sure, no 2 ways about it. And believe me, not because I'm to make a point with Lieutenant, hell no, I don't need it, I'm throwing a little man. But he gained my respect. And I just kept looking for him, and finally found him. Okay, there were some good times also, especially at Hot 10. Hot 10?
Hot 10, yeah.
Some of the crew, when they got a little bit in feeling good, it was 2 girls. One was called Goldie, and one was called Gorilla. Your second engineman, Bowling, fell in love with one of them. Plus a raunchy old dog. They kept calling him his hound dog. He's come from Malibu. I think he was from Arkansas. That's one of the very few times we could laugh. And after that, yeah, we got called out right after that. Something was happening up the river, if I remember correctly. Oh, yeah.
Well, the one operation that was in a lot of the books that have been written about the Swifts, where Bob Brandt was taking, he had another boat and another crew that he was training. And he was going to show them how to get into this river up by the Cambodian border. And we were on our way up to relieve Bob. I heard him talking on the radio. I called and said, don't bother, I'm on my way to relieve you, and we will take them in. Next thing I hear is all kinds of hell going on the radio. They had gone ahead and gone up there, they'd gotten ambushed. There was a SEAL team located at the Hatian outpost. A couple of guys came down, jumped in one of their little speedboats and ran up to help them. They got some helo support, also from the SEAL team, I believe. Of the 14 people on the 2 boats, 13 of them were wounded. There were 2 of them that were killed, including one of the Vietnamese liaisons. A couple of guys had to be medevaced. It was pretty bad.
I think that's when Luke got killed.
When we got there, by the time we got there, they were already back at the Hatian outpost.